this chart is more than just a pump. For those of you who are new here, this chart actually speaks 1,000 words. And what those words are retail is here and shit is about to get crazy. Even crazier than pumping a meme coin to a market cap of, wow, $50 billion, $60 billion. Right now, Doge is bigger than Cardano and bigger than Polkadot. It's like I predicted. The Coinbase listing would bring the retail investors into crypto, the dumb money. And if we're going to beat the dumb money, we got to be ready for anything. We got to be ready for the next phase. And what does ready for the next phase even mean? That is what today is all about. So welcome back, guys. I'm Crypto Man Run. I'm here every single day, 10 a.m. EST. And big show today.
So I know you guys are feeling it. Let's do this. Let's do this.
I know you guys are feeling it. Let's do it. We did try and get George to come on the show, but we had other commitments. So what we thought we'd do is we'd have him here in spirit and, have him here telling us how the market's doing and what's happening. And George, what's happening, my friend?
It's just insane right now.
Okay, so it is just insane right now. So I hope you guys are ready for a big show. I hope you guys are ready for crazy volatility. I hope you guys are ready for meme coins being pumped to number 3 and number 4 place on CoinGecko. I mean, if you look at CoinGecko right now, let me actually look at CoinGecko now. Holy moly. Okay, so that's what it looks like. You've got Dogecoin in number 5 spot at a market cap of $53 billion. And Dogecoin is up 5x this week. Should you be buying Dogecoin? I mean, could this coin be more than just like the meme? I mean, is there value in a meme coin? Well, that's one of the things we're going to find out today. All right, so let's get on with it. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to the best channel on the interweb, the one where you make the most money on the interweb. If you're new, smash that like, smash that subscribe, smash that bell button. And not only because I want you to get alerts every time we come on, but also because it's the only way you can win the banter bags. What are the banter bags? Are you joking? Where have you been? Where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? It is the biggest giveaway in crypto history. It is, we took $10,000, we invested it into pre-market allocations, those allocations that traditionally people couldn't get their hands onto. And effectively what we're doing is we are giving these bags to the community. Started off by wanting to give you guys $10,000. But what happened is these bags started growing and growing and growing. And today, the value of the banter bags must be close to $400,000 or $500,000. Actually, Freddie, what is the value of the banter bags? Freddie's telling us the value of the banter bags, $400,000. What I did last night, though, was I started selling some of the tokens that we have. So we have $10,000 more to invest in 10 more pre-market allocations. So these bags are going to get huge. How do you win them? Simple. Do nothing. Sit on your sofa. Watch the show. Give us love. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe. Put the bell button on. Share it. Follow my Twitter. Follow Crypto Casey's Twitter. Follow Winston Wolf's Twitter. Follow all our amazing guests' Twitter here today. Those are all entries into the Banter Bags competition. So probably the easiest way to win a huge prize, probably the biggest prize in crypto history. Yeah, so that's, I think, all we need to cover. Oh, one more thing. Freddie's waving me down. What's up, Freddie? He says, oh, there are scammers in the comments. Okay, yes, we know that. There are scammers in the comments, guys. This is not us. We know that you guys wrote us letters and said that these scammers had got money from you, big numbers. Sorry, guys, but that's not us. And I keep telling you, there are scammers in the YouTube. We have told YouTube about it. They do nothing about it. These scammers have got huge money. We will never ask you for money. We will never ask you to call us. We will never communicate with you directly. So please be careful out there. And also be careful out here because we're entering this next level of the bull market. And this next level of the bull market is actually driven mainly by retail investors, by like the dumb money. So we're now at a point where the dumb money is in. You'll see this because every time you're going to go out with your friends, they're going to start talking about cryptocurrency and they're going to start telling you how they've made huge money in crypto, telephone numbers in crypto, and how they made money on Doge and how they made money on XRP. And that's when you know that like the dumb money is in crypto, the retail investors in. And the truth is that if you want to beat the retail investor and you want to make life-changing money in the next cycle of the market, then the way to do it is to stay focused and really to be ready for anything. So what I keep saying to you guys is stick to the strategy, stick to the game plan. Don't get swept up in the hype and start buying things like Doge. Because you know what, maybe for 10 minutes you'll make money. Maybe for 20 minutes you'll make money. Maybe you'll even make money out of the Dogecoin pump. The problem is that what goes up is going to come down. And if you don't know when to sell, if you're not part of this pump and dump that is being orchestrated at the moment, then you're going to land up losing money. And this is the first of many of these insane coin pumps that we're going to see in this DeFi run or in this next leg of the crypto bull run. And you need to make sure that you stick to the strategy. What does stick to the strategy mean? Watch Crypto Banter every day. Follow Sheldon's calls for technical advice. We'll give you the fundamental stuff. And make sure you stick to the strategy. Don't get into the hype coins or the pump coins. And if you're going to do it with a very, very, very small part of your portfolio. Even our friend here, Coach K, is going to tell us how he got wrecked on his Dogecoin short. He went short at 30 cents. He says he closed the trade, but I mean, I don't think he closed the trade. I think he just said that. We're gonna ask him that later today. So you have to stick to the strategy. You have to be able to call the market cycles, and that's what we're going to try help you do. Yesterday, we said to you, look at Chainlink. Remember, we said buy Chainlink, buy Chainlink, buy Chainlink. That was an indicator for a new market cycle. And if you saw what happened, Chainlink went up, and then DeFi went up. There was a massive DeFi run last night, crazy DeFi run. Maybe the beginning of an even bigger DeFi run. That's one of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So the idea is to stay on course for our strategy. Don't deviate. Don't get caught in the hype. Don't start doing stupid things because of this bull market. Because if you do, you're going to get wrecked. I saw this in 2017, and I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again with our community. So today, it's all about getting you guys ready. And getting you guys ready also means that you should be ready for the negative stuff. Like, you got to be ready for the naysayers, because the more money comes into crypto, the more the naysayers are going to come into crypto and say that crypto is bad and crypto is drugs and crypto is illicit activities. I mean, just listen to this guy. This is a guy that is elected. He has been elected to office in the USA. Who the hell would elect someone like this? Do me a favor.
Wyoming is moving toward cryptocurrencies. And the OCC has granted preliminary approval to the Anchorage Trust Company to become a national trust bank. And Anchorage, of course, claims to be a cryptocurrency asset custodian. I've looked at Bitcoin and wondered whether there was a big enough market among terrorists, drug dealers, and it didn't seem to be enough. And then I realized when the IRS commissioner testified for $1 trillion every year of unreported taxes, chiefly from the wealthy, that, and I've made up a little advertising sign, may help Anchorage. Bitcoin, it's not just for terrorists anymore, it's for tax evaders too. That's the market for Bitcoin. I yield back.
Look, guys, if you voted for him, shame on you. I mean, I can't believe that we're in 2021 and we still have naysayers talking like that. And then the other thing that I can't believe, but you know, maybe he's right. Maybe sometimes you should take profit to pay off mortgages, was Jim Cramer. I don't know if you guys saw this one last night.
I had that discussion of no one ever selling
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Yes.
I went out and sold. I bought a lot of Bitcoin at 12 because I thought it was a currency, right? At 12,000. And I did something. I know people are going to be angry at me, but I paid off a mortgage yesterday with it. I don't know. Is that dangerous, David? I actually sold some. Now it's from the chart, David. I may be the only natural seller, but it was so great to pay off a mortgage. It was like, you know, kind of phony money paying for real money.
Phony money paying for real money. I don't know how he gets to phony money paying for real money, especially when the US is printing and printing and printing and printing more US dollars every single day. I wonder what the phony money is. But I mean, taking profits to pay a mortgage may be a good idea. So you got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for these wild volatilities. You got to be ready for the naysayers. You got to be ready for the pump and dumps. You got to be ready for anything. And that's what today is about. We're going to get you ready for anything. And it's not only me. It's me and all our friends from Friday Banter. So before I bring in the people from Friday Banter, I need you guys to give us some love. Smash that like, break that algorithm. Let's share this content across the whole internet. I see that there are 6,000 people watching and only 2,500 likes, which means that, to me, that means that there are 3,000 of you that don't want to win free money, don't want to win $2 million or $3 million, the biggest giveaway in crypto history. All you need to do, smash that like while I bring in my friends. My friends, are you ready for this? Are you?
So I know you guys are feeling it.
I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. Let's bring in, and let's start off with the ladies, because you guys said bring some more ladies into banter, and that's exactly what we did. Casey, welcome to Crypto Banter.
Thanks for having me.
So good to have you. And we got Lisa. Lisa, welcome.
Hey.
Guys, and we got Wendy.
Hey everyone.
Woo, Wendy.
So this is the banter, guys. We're going to leave the boys in the waiting room. What do you say?
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I've only got 3 friends, and they're all in the waiting room, so I better bring them in. Winston, how are you, my friend?
I'm well, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Winston. Winston is in Australia, and it's very, very, very early. What is the time, Winston?
12 a.m. Not too bad.
Not too bad. And then we're going to bring in the spice.
Well, Doge is pumping like this anyway.
Mr. Biz, how are you, friend?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. And of course, we have one last friend in banter, and that's Coach K. Coach, how are you, my
What's
friend?
up, everyone?
Nice glasses, Coach.
Well, everyone keeps telling me to wear them, so I'm just going to throw them on, do my best Bono impression.
Oh, welcome, guys. Coach, are you wrecked, man? Are you wrecked in your Dogecoin position?
No, I was watching. It was an active scalp. A bunch of my guys, when I closed my short, actually went long, and so they're killing it, so good for them. I just can't long a meme coin. It's just not my thing. I don't know about anyone else in here.
Is there anybody, ladies, are any of you long Doge? Would any of you be buying Doge today? If any of you told
No,
you,
I bought Doge weeks ago. I've had it on Twitter for weeks, and we've been waiting for this pump for weeks. So it's 1,000%. It's like,
so
I
you
have some Doge. I bought at 1 cent, so I'm riding right now. I think it can hit $1 if
so does Doge, is Doge real?
That would mean it hits $100 billion market cap. So I mean, if we hit $100 billion market cap, I'm literally taking all my money, whatever is in, and I'm putting it all in Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT, ADA, any majors, because that's what's going to go next. It'll flow all into that, because Dogecoin is not going to hold $100 million, $50 billion market cap. Anyone who thinks that is going to get
investors care about.
One thing I will say is I am on TikTok quite often, and the people that are buying over on TikTok, they're generally using Robinhood. I actually just put a tweet about it, and they've been holding for a long time. They are not planning on taking profit, and they are planning on continuing to invest in Doge. So I don't know, in fact, if the money would actually leave Doge and go into altcoins, even though that's what we've seen in other cycles. That's just what I'm seeing from TikTok.
Yeah,
I mean, TikTok is probably the dumbest people in crypto.
It does it
straight up.
They're brand new retail investors. They don't know that, a lot of them don't know the difference between a cryptocurrency and a stock. So I do a lot of educational content there explaining those types of things. But I'm just trying to give some insight as to what I'm seeing, with the average investor and the mindset. And I think that is important as a trader or investor myself, to pay attention to market sentiment, to see what other people are doing, because that also helps me make my trade and investment strategies, plan those out.
Casey, is this a real thing? Can Doge actually get to 100 billion market cap and hold it?
I don't think retail investors care about market cap. And also we saw with the AMC, GameStop fiasco, this is more of a movement paradigm shift, I think, in mindset and how and kind of like, us against government, us against big companies. I think it's more of a, psychological battle at this point.
So would you be recommending to your followers and people to buy Dogecoin now?
No. Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no,
Hell
not
no.
at this level. Not at this level.
No.
First of all, I never recommend to buy it anyway, because you never know when it's going to go down. When it went 8x in like one day, people were like, oh, it's going to go 20x. And then you go down 50%. I don't recommend buying Doge, because you don't know when it's going to dump. And when the dump happens, it's going to be massive. So,
Swift
I mean,
and quick.
2 things I live by, man. Snitches get stitches, and don't buy Doge.
Look,
I think
wanna
this is
ask-
literally the first time it's ever made a second leg up. So
I want to say so too, because if you look at the previous price action, it's very cyclical. It'll pump very fast and it'll just go back down. And Lisa, what are we at? Doesn't it normally do like 4 or 5 cycles prior to this where it's done that?
Yeah, it's done like 4 or 5. I think it's done 5 cycles prior, and it's done the same pattern every single time, and it's just hitting the top at the moment. So it's really going to like absolutely wreck some people.
Wreck most people. Most people.
Yeah, like everyone's
These guys
gonna
that
be
you're saying are
thinking
buying
now,
it right now on
Yeah,
TikTok.
they're people.
They're like, yeah, you know, it's chasing green
Short-term
candles, and it's like you don't want to be
short-term-
ever chasing green candles. You want to be chasing the red ones.
Absolutely. It's
most
short-term
people are
wealth.
going to get greedy. They're
Yeah.
not going to know when to sell. They're going to keep it going. Because here's what happens: people put $100 in there and they think it's going to turn to $1 million. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What's funny
Yes.
is, so I have joined with some lawyers to help with the class action Robinhood movement, and we've actually been getting some messages today that Robinhood isn't letting them sell their Doge. And I just saw there was a news article that said Robinhood denies that happening, but I think it definitely is happening because we're getting kind of inundated with messages about how Robinhood isn't letting people sell their Doge right now.
Oh goodness, so goodness.
Can't
Let me ask
sell their
George.
Doge. Well, that's good
Let
for
me
the
ask
pump.
George. Let me ask George what he thinks. George, what do you
It's
think?
just insane right now.
I think George,
George is my favorite, by the way.
I mean, George has become a meme. He was on our show, and he actually started our show one day. He said, "Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George," but we're all George. That's why I thought we could get him. We could get him on the show. All right. So Doge, we're saying we wouldn't be buying now. Would we be selling it? Like, would we be dumping it onto this market at 37 cents? Like, is this the end of the run? If you are holding Doge, if you were one of the TikTokers, Casey, what do you think? Sell? Hold?
I think it's everybody has a unique situation, but definitely take out your investment and ride with house money, in my opinion.
Lisa?
It's a good opinion.
Do not enter Doge now. I'd be selling now, and I would be entering Bitcoin, Litecoin, the majors, Polkadot, all of those right now, because we're about to go into the major swing.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this major swing. I want to know about this major swing because
So we go through like a market cycle where we go sort of, DeFi, we go small caps, mid caps, large caps, and then we go like into the majors. And we're just about to go into the majors. All of the mid caps and large caps have run over the last couple of weeks, and the majors are just about to run. So, it's time to be stocking up on all of those, those top 20, except for Doge. So, like your Polkadots and, your chain links and XRP, we've seen run over, 200% in the last couple of weeks. Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash did $900 today. So, these are all the ones that we want to be chasing at the moment. So they've flattened out and they're just about to pop.
Wow. Okay,
I think Link's going to go crazy. Link just did a 2x.
Yeah, Link's
about
going to do
3
some
weeks.
crazy stuff.
Link's undervalued. I mean, I remember a while back, Link and Dot had the same market cap. Dot outperformed it. Link is, out of all the majors, I believe Link is the most legit one that's lagging behind. So I loaded up on Link around like low 30s, and if it goes lower, I'll get some more. I think Link's gonna run hard.
Yeah, it's going to. And Kasama's going to do 1,000. It's like it's 80,000 on Kasama.
No, that's FUD. Kasama's gonna go to $5,000. $5,000 is gonna go.
Okay.
Definitely going to 5,000.
Okay, let's slow this down. So I think we all unanimous here about Chainlink. Winston, what's your thought? Chainlink or no Chainlink?
I've been calling that from the start in regards to every time the market dips, just buy Chainlink. It's the easiest trade in the world.
Okay, so does Chainlink start off a whole DeFi run like we saw yesterday? We saw Chainlink shot up, and I don't know if you guys saw, but YFI, even the small ones, YFL, all the small Harvest, Pickle, all those small DeFi coins went.
Well, that was because of Berlin, right? So when it happened with Berlin, the upgrade happened, and then people saw gas fees below, and then people just started aping into DeFi stuff. But DeFi hasn't even really run that much. It was like it started, and then it's a little stagnant. So I'm not sure if that's related to Chainlink. I think Oracles though will run if Chainlink runs, because that's usually the pattern.
It already has actually.
So Oracles, if we saw yesterday, Band Protocol announced a partnership with Google. It's a crypto partnership, but nonetheless, it's a partnership with Google. So now you've got You got Chainlink in number 1. You've got a number 2 developing, which is Band. I think Band is really coming in as the number 2 Oracle play. And then you got all these smaller ones. You got Ori, you've got Bird, you've got a couple of other ones. Where do you put your money when it comes to oracles?
Put my money in
Mix it up.
I go Link to Band to UMA to basically it just kind of like goes from Link and then it goes to Band and then it goes to all the other majors, Ori, and you just kind of follow whichever hasn't gone yet. You just go from one to the next, and you can literally, if you time it up right, you can literally go, okay, this one's gone up 20%, this one hasn't. You can put into that one, or you can just invest in all of them when you see Link starting to go because you know eventually they're all going to go.
You can invest in all of them. They usually pump at the same time, and I've had a few of them. You can probably hold a few of the oracles, and it's not one of the things where people are gonna buy Ori and then sell it and buy Room or something else. So I think if you have Ori, Room, Kylin is another one that hasn't really run that hard. You can make some good gains off of these oracles.
Absolutely. Yeah, like Loom's just gonna go. It's gonna go seriously off over the next couple of weeks.
Wendy, how are you playing this? How are you playing this this little cycle?
So what I'm doing is I'm looking for stuff that's, more on the solid side, especially in DeFi. I'm tossing in a couple grand. I'm watching these things kind of pump, and I'm pulling out my initial, I'm pulling out my profit, and I'm just taking money out weekly. I'm becoming more of an investor over this bull market because it's easier for me to kind of do. And, I am still doing some scalps here and there and, long in Bitcoin, Ethereum when I can get in. But it's paid off for me to just kind of invest, to hold, and then to watch the chart, obviously, set alerts, but to pay attention and just keep pulling out money as these things continue to go up. And then obviously stake or farm. And then of course some pre-sales here and there as well. That helps too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a problem with pre-sales. I think I have an addiction to pre-sales.
Yeah, so
guilty. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to say this, but the other day someone pinged me, a friend of mine actually pinged me on Telegram. But what he did was he changed his username and he changed the photo. And he said, hey, my name's Benjamin and I'm contacting you from this pre-sale. Here's the Ether location. And I sent him $5,000. And he's like, dude, where are you? I mean, you didn't even check. So, I mean, that's what's going on there. Guys.
I've never seen you turn down a soft, Ram, ever.
You taught me that. You taught me that. Okay, but on a more serious note, is it getting a little bit frothy? Are there too many of these pre-sales raising too much money? Does it remind you of late 2017 ICO season?
Yeah, in a big way. It's like ICO season came in and then the bear market just obliterated them all. And we're just seeing them all come back to life now. It's like they've had a defibrillator just go and they're back. So it's, any of those that are sort of bottomed out and are starting to curl, they're the ones to get into.
I'm also noticing too that with this particular run, we're seeing a lot more. If you look when you're shopping for pre-sales, you want to look for the ones that they actually have working products that are available, at least a demo. But at least I'm seeing some of that happen, as opposed to I remember 2017. There's a bunch of ICOs. Everybody kept promising, and there was no working product. But at least now we are starting to see some sort of working products or beta or something before they're asking for money. So that's one positive thing I will say. And shout out to Crypto Nove for that.
And I'd say also in traditional finance, we're seeing what I believe to be legalized ICOs in the form of SPACs, the special purpose acquisition companies. So, I mean, traditional finance is hitting it too. Everybody's hitting it.
So the world...
Everybody's hitting it. That's the theme of the day. Everybody's hitting it.
Everyone's hitting it. They're hitting it in
real
markets. I mean, guys, let's get some perspective here. The stock market has doubled in the last 12 months. On the back of the worst economy in history. The stock market has doubled in the last 12 months. People are looking at the stock market and going, hold on, this market's frothy. They're taking the money out of the stock market. Where are they putting it? There's nowhere else to put it. You can't buy property. You can't buy gold. You can't buy government treasuries because those are yielding zero. So where do you put your money? I mean...
I actually have clients that have $80 million in the bank, literally have $80 million in the bank. And I'm like, what in the, are you doing? And they're like, we don't know what to do with it. Like, there's nothing to put it in. I'm like, put it in a Bitcoin, put it in anything. Just don't believe it in your bank. They're like, we don't know what to do with it. And these are people that have almost $1 billion. So they just don't know what to do with their money.
But is the music going to stop? Is the stock market music going to stop? Does this music stop? And are we all going to go and look for a chair?
In the next 3 years,
this
probably.
is a super cycle. We're in a super cycle. So this is like when we just keep getting wave after wave after wave, and it just, we get those small pullbacks and it continues going. So,
I disagree.
this is an epic time to be in the market.
I disagree. I think we have 8-9 more months. The 4-year cycle will complete. We'll have a shorter bear market, and we're going to go back to what we're normally used to. Because what will happen is we'll get oversaturated with every single blockchain having all these different projects. There'll be too much money in the market. The ideas will be copies of each other. And in 6-8 months, everyone will start to realize that things will slowly start to scale down. And we'll see what we saw last time, it won't last as long because the companies
that's
actually.
just going to be that regular pullback you get when you hit wave 5. So, that's coming eventually sort of in, 6 to 8 months, more than likely. But you're not going to sort of see that massive bear market that we saw in 2018.
Also, too, we have to realize what's going on and how much money the United States government is printing and how much money these other countries are printing to kind of sustain things. And it's a very, very scary time. It's a lot different than 2017, because 2017, from what I saw, because I lived and I worked through the 2008 housing crash. So I saw how bad that was. And 2017, when crypto had its pump and everything, the economy was doing good. And right now, the United States is being artificially inflated. It's the amount of money that's being printed, the stimulus checks, the people that are getting the PPP loan or the PPE loans. And some of them don't even need it. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the back end, and it's just kind of inflating the market. We're seeing a lot of younger people have money to go ahead and kind of throw in the stock market or throw in crypto that they wouldn't have had before. And I just kind of want to bring up the stimulus argument. We have these stimulus checks that we're getting of $1,000 or $1,200. These kids are at home with mom and dad, which that's fine. I advocate to stay at home as long as you can, save on bills, but they're taking this money and they're throwing it in the stock market. They're throwing it into crypto, and it's a little bit different than what we're seeing, what we saw in 2017. That's my only idea that I wanted to present.
The other thing, that's a good point, but
ladies first. Casey. Casey's been putting.
My 2 things. I think this is an extremely unusual market following the black swan that was COVID. So it's hard to really rely on historical data to extrapolate into the future. So I think we have to be a little more creative with our predictions. And then I'd also say, sure, there's going to be a lot of money flooding into crypto. We're going to have to, the Netscapes of the world are kind of in front of us. But at the end of the day, if we really want to, generate some wealth and going forward, we got to look for the Googles, the Apples, the Microsofts, and we're going to have to see how that plays out,
Biz.
No, so what I want to say was, when you made a great point about there's kids who are home. There also are adults who are home because of COVID. So if you're at home, you're on your phone, you're on your laptop. Listen, most people are slacking off at work. So now you have more of an opportunity to be watching, crypto banter or to be on Twitter. And as Casey said, we've never seen an event like this. I think all these factors combined, the fact that we're at home, the fact that, the economy's in turmoil, the fact that the dollar is worthless, all these things combined is what's causing this type of a bull market. And as long, again, and I truly believe as long as we're in the same situation, I think the bull run could potentially go beyond this year.
Winston, I know that you're the ultimate bull.
Look, I think we need to, like the guys are saying, take into account this COVID cycle that we're in. And I actually think that we'll see the markets change once we get out of this. I think that this artificial stimulation will continue. And that once COVID stops being a thing, debatable as to how long that'll be, a year or two kind of thing, we'll see more normality return to the market and things will soften a bit. As for crypto, look, I operate off a 2 to 3 month sort of thing, so I'll reevaluate in a couple of months' time. I'm still bullish until then.
Okay, so a big question from you now, which gauges sentiment. Out of your total 100, I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions. Out of your total 100% portfolio, how much is in crypto? And the second question is, of your crypto portfolio, how much is right now in dry powder, in cash?
I'm
Lisa.
100% in crypto.
I'm 100% crypto and have been since 2012. And I am probably 10 to 15% cash right now.
That
Or
is
tether. So, and I'm buying the dips at the moment. So, yeah.
okay. Casey?
I'm 100% crypto, 0 fiat, not financial advice. It's kind of insane.
I mean, I thought the boys were degens. Wendy, please tell me you have something other than crypto in your portfolio.
Well, when I used to have a job, when I used to work in healthcare, I still have that 401k or whatever it is. I don't even know where it is, but it's somewhere, and I don't know how much is in there. I do have some fiat because I recently sold my house, but that is going to be going. I'm actually going to be liquidating my fiat accounts for the down payment of the new home, and I will probably be like 95% in crypto. And as far as stable coins go, I would say about 10 to 20% of my portfolio, or actually closer to 10%, is going to be in USDT, USDC. Majority is in Bitcoin, majority is in ETH, and then I've got it delegated with with alts, like not very risky, super risky.
Oh, Winston, I'm going to get back that. Winston, I want to know from you. I know that you're 100% in on crypto. Am I right?
No.
No
Probably
way.
sort of 70%. There's property, there's gold, there's cash in my crypto portfolio. I'll probably try and keep about 20-25% in some sort of stable at any point in time, just for dip buying opportunities and general sanity.
Yes.
Passive income too is a great way to if you're watching this and you're investing, taking profits, it's a great idea to consider taking profit into like USDC or USDT. Leave it on a well-known platform that does pay interest, something like Celsius or Voyage or Gemini, and then get that passive income while you're waiting to buy the dip.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
On Anchor Protocol, I said last week on Anchor, I'm putting my USD, my TUSD on Anchor Protocol. I'm getting 20.7%, and that's pretty reliable. I mean, that's a pretty reliable return. I don't know where you can get that in the real world. Coach, you're all in DGen, right?
No, I'm not all in. I take profit regularly, almost every single day, depending on the position, if it's green. And then I wait for dips and I buy them. So I tell all my clubbers, keep 15 to 20% in cash all the time, because if there's a big dip opportunity and you can't buy it, that sucks. And if you're all in crypto, you can't buy more crypto. So it's good to take a little bit of profit, keep that on the side. When we have these nice, beautiful dips, we throw all that capital in and we take profit back on the way up, and then it dips again. And that's how you get generational wealth. That's how you do it.
That is. It's like I've got a video on YouTube about laddering in and out. So it's like, you keep sort of taking 20%, putting it back in, 20%, putting it back in.
Exactly.
So, it's such a good theory of doing that, and just keep sort of circulating that money and buying the dips.
Just keep accumulating. Like, you're selling at a higher price, you're buying at a lower price. And even if you have a small amount to start, like if you're someone who only has 0.1 or 0.05 Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. Start with a little bit and accumulate over time. It takes a while, but it'll work.
You make the most money. You make the most money in the days where the market tanks. So, I mean, does anybody think that? I mean, I have 20% USDC on the side. Does anybody here think that we could potentially see Ethereum go under 2,000 again? Because if that happens, I'm gonna load up on Ethereum. Could we not see? Is it out of the realm of possibility to see an Ethereum go below 2,000 again?
I don't think so. I think we're going to hold 2,000.
I think Biz is avoiding the question. Biz, we want to know about your portfolio before you I mean,
no, listen. I said I'm not trying to buy a Lambo. I'm trying to buy Lambo dealerships. So I'm all in crypto. I'm all in crypto.
All right, so I mean, that's a good point. Ethereum. Could we see Ethereum under 2,000? I mean, what do you think?
Let's discuss.
I don't think so. Not right now, anyways. We're too bullish. The market's super bullish. We're gonna have pullbacks, but I don't think we're gonna pull back. If we do pull back to 2K, I don't think we'll go under it.
What about 2,100? What about 2,100? I mean, what's the closest?
Let me
quick look. But
2,100, it looks. I would say pretty strong.
Yeah, 2,150 or so. That would probably be a bounce area, or a little bit lower than that.
2,500 to 2,100 is not bad.
Casey, what were you saying?
I'm going to go 22.
I think we have strong support at 2,100. We'll bounce off of that by the looks of the chart right now.
I'm going with Lisa at about 2,200.
Yeah, I'm going 22. There's an MA
It's about
there
20,
on the 4
yeah.
hour.
Either way, it's not going below $2,000.
Yeah,
right
there's
now,
we're not seeing that.
Not anytime soon. It's too bullish. There's
And
too
the
much sentiment is positive.
The great thing with Ethereum is if you look at the chart, it's like we get these runs, and then we get these little consolidations, and then these runs. It's a beautiful staircase.
So if you have a look at the Ethereum chart, it's running in a channel. So, you know, the odds of it breaking that channel and going down below that 22 is pretty sort of slim.
Okay, so today you guys know that Binance is doing their biggest burn ever. I think they're burning 1 million token. A million token at the price of today. Wow, I can't even see BNB on my screen. Hold on. At today's price, BNB, that's $500 million in the burn. Okay, question. Does BNB come close to Ethereum? Does it flip in Ethereum?
Let's discuss.
I've got a short-term 1,500 on BNB.
I mean,
I had something close to that too.
Yeah.
The boys were degens. I mean,
I got 17 is like my highest high for at least for right now.
Yeah, I could see 17 with some FOMO.
The 6618 level from before when it had that retrace. That's a beautiful level. And I mean, it seems crazy. I said it $34. Remember, Rand on the show, I was like, it's going to go higher. Like, you want 10Xs, and this is going to do a 20X from that $34 level.
It's just insane right now.
Basically.
It's just insane right now.
Winston, what do you think? I mean, I know you're a big BSC chain fan, but I know you're also very close to the building of projects, and you're very close to the yield farming and whatever else. What do you think?
Look, I think it's actually like the BNB run's actually been fueled by a lot of utility. So I think while that continues on, we'll see more value in BNB. I don't know about flipping ETH or something like that. Like ETH has still got a lot of things going for it. There's just too much development in that ecosystem to ignore it. But also, you know, like CZ obviously has a finger on the pulse, as it were, when it comes to BNB and its fundamentals. So I wouldn't rule anything out there. It's not something that like I'm looking for as like I hold a lot of ETH. I'm happy to hold a lot of ETH. I'll still keep holding that ETH if we go down under 2K. BNB and these sorts of parabola sort of runs, you know, like I get a little shaky on it. So
but hear me out here. So BNB is an exchange ecosystem token, right? Which is the Binance token, which is highly deflationary because of the burning mechanism that they use. You know, they burn the quarterly profits or the monthly profits every single time. So you got this smart contract blockchain, which has much more usage than Ethereum. It has 5 times the transactions of Ethereum right now. At the same time, it has already, without EIP 1559 or any upgrades, it already has a hugely a decreasing number of tokens, depreciating number of tokens because of the burns. So you've got this like double whammy of increasing usage on the one hand, and on the other hand, very aggressive burns because the burns are quite centralized. That's a recipe for a token to triple in this market, I think.
Yeah, I mean, possible. But I mean, like, there's triples out there every single day. Like, taking a triple on something like this is probably a more risky venture than some other ones.
I will
and
say
probably a longer burn, as it were.
I will say, though, that like, because I'm very in tune with my TikTok audience and as to what is going on, because a lot of the things they look at price. So BNB is less than Ethereum. It is also pretty easy to use Pancake Swap, and you know you can go ahead and set up MetaMask to utilize BSC. So you're going to see a lot of these retail investors, and they're not on Twitter. They have no intention of being on Twitter. They don't want to be on Twitter. So if you're not on TikTok, you're not going to see them. But you're going to hear more of them utilizing BNB than Ethereum for this reason, just because it's more affordable. And I'm not saying that BNB is going to flip ETH. I made a troll post about that because it was funny. I like to do that from time to time. But you are going to see people utilizing BNB and BSC for those cost reasons. Because when we're thinking about people, when we're thinking about, like 17 to 25-year-olds that are still home with mom and dad, which again, that's totally fine. They've got these stimulus checks. They've got like $1,200 they can invest. They're going to want to invest in something that's similar to Ethereum, but it's going to be more affordable. And then when they start to DeFi degen out, they want to spend 50 cents a transaction, not $20 to $300 per transaction. It doesn't make sense for them.
Is it really going to go to the moon?
I think so.
Yeah. I think everything is going to go to the moon until it doesn't, right? Like bull markets are completely irrational. And I think that like right now we see Dogecoin and everyone's sitting there, even myself sometimes, and we're like, this is just ridiculous. This is not going to keep happening. But the thing is, how many of us sat in like October or even earlier 2017 and said it's not going to keep going up when it was 3K, 5K, 7K. So you have to get out of that mindset of like, oh, it's not going to go. It's not going to keep going. And just go, you know what? This is a bull market. Go and pick projects you believe in fundamentally. And if you want to Dogecoin, whatever, do your Dogecoin or your XRP, whatever it is, what it is. Make your money. But keep it.
Does anybody else
take
feel
some profit?
Does anybody else here feel when they use an app or a platform on the BNB chain that it doesn't feel as solid as using the Ethereum chain? Like, I don't know, when I use Uniswap and when I use PancakeSwap, Uniswap just feels a little bit more, I don't know, it feels like
Is that because you're paying like so much money for it? Seriously?
You got to get out of that bougie mindset. This
No.
is not
It is a difference.
No way.
It's real money versus monopoly money. PancakeSwap feels fake.
PancakeSwap just looks like cartoony, and so you feel like it's not real.
Because it's PancakeSwap.
PancakeSwap is the Baltic and Mediterranean Avenue of crypto, man. Is the bootleg. So bootleg.
You leave my pancakes alone. You leave them alone.
Wait, Casey, I want to hear this.
Cake. Oh yeah, I was going to say, just parlaying the BNB price and also the pancake swap. At the end of the day, the centralized element does give them an advantage to kind of, step away from the market, to supply and demand. They're able to manipulate a little bit more and control their price and control things. So I think that's where you could see the price movement be a little bit manipulated, and also pancake swap feeling less organic.
Yeah, but imagine
just applying to Wendy's point before, that may be true for like the retail operators coming in, but we've got a lot of like institutional players out there, people who've been in the market for a long time, who are predominantly based around ETH. So like BSC might actually end up being like a really good entry point for those people to get like more involved in crypto as opposed to just being Robinhood traders or whatever it is, and then eventually migrate through to, the big boys network, as it were.
So I know you guys are feeling it.
Is it a gateway drug? Like go to Pancake and then go to the next one?
Well, imagine telling your family members to use PancakeSwap. It looks ridiculous. The branding is horrible. I have no problem with BSC, but could they have not picked a better branding than?
Here we are talking about it, though.
Here we are talking about it. You can go dual D if you want to go to the other sort of networks.
I'll pay the higher fees and I'll pay Uniswap because Uniswap just feels like legit.
Why is no one talking about Solana here? Really? Like no one talking about Solana, like cryptocurrencies AI. Have you guys seen this?
There's a whole heap of them.
Are y'all coping out here? Are y'all coping?
Is Solana real? Is Solana real? Is it like a real thing, or is it just FTX and multi-coin capital?
Yeah, when we're segueing in from manipulated centralized networks. That's a good one.
Well, hey, on the path. But
we could go DuckDeo as well. So there's so many of them.
I just like the speed. I like the speed of Solana. Speed, execution, quick, fast. I mean, I like that there's blockchains coming out that are also faster than PancakeSwap or cheaper than PancakeSwap, or not XRP, which is awesome. So I'm excited about that side of things. I think Solana and Ethereum and BNB and all these guys are going to have their own blockchains, have their own projects, and moon one at a time. Like it's going to be blockchain by blockchain. That's my
Solana is copying the Polkadot model because they actually also have grants. So you have a Serum grant. Compare that to a Web3 grant. So now it's like, you have a Serum grant, you're legitimate. Like I think a Crowny's one project that has that. And so it adds legitimacy to your project because you have a Serum grant. I mean, and Sam just had the Miami Heat Arena in the United States. They named it to the FTX Arena, which is huge. It's $1 billion team. They named the arena to FTX Arena. So I'm not going to bet against Sam. He's a smart guy. He's not, he's not smart as Charles Hoskinson getting white papers listed on Coinbase, but he's a smart guy.
Okay, hold on.
He doesn't need. I don't think he needs to get listed on Coinbase. He's got his own ecosystem, and I would not bet against Sam at all.
No. I think Solana.
If you've met him in person, you'd know.
Yeah.
Don't bet against
Sam is probably one of the most unassuming, most humble, underrated people in. You're talking about a 29-year-old that has a net worth of $10 billion. I mean, that is unheard of. He's one of the
cool hair and really
He is
cool.
super cool.
He is
curly
the
hair.
nicest person. He's probably the nicest person I've ever sat down with to interview. And both times I interviewed him were when there was some pretty big drama going on. He kept his cool. He answered my questions. I think he's absolutely amazing. He's a good guy for some of these younger kids to look up to, I think, too.
Okay, hold on. I mean, it's all very well that we're talking. You've got $10,000. You can only invest it in one token. Ladies, just one token. Okay, one handbag. You can only buy one pair of shoes, one handbag. One token. Your options are Solana, Cardano, Polkadot. Where do you put your money?
Polkadot. Easy.
Polkadot.
Yeah.
Casey?
Yeah, Polkadot.
That's a no-brainer.
This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Wolf?
Look, I'm not a huge fan of Sam or Solana, but it's probably got more of a run in it in the short term than Dot. I know Dot's going to be good.
That's true.
And there's a lot of stuff coming up, but there's a lot of stuff that's being built on Solana. It's going to go through its first hype cycle. I think you probably see more out of that in like a 3-month period or something than you would with Dot.
Okay, so hold on.
I think what's going to happen with Sol is what's happened just with Dot now.
With Dot, yeah. I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, so we're saying that Solana, which has a market cap of $7 billion, $6.8 billion, should actually, I mean, if you guys are smart people, and you guys are the smartest people that I know, that's for sure, are you saying that Solana should be in the top 5 coins and should be, well, when Doge takes its rightful place, are you saying that Solana should be somewhere where Dot and Cardano are? Because those have got market caps of 40 billion.
I think it's
with proper marketing.
There'll be an ecosystem built around it. There'll be Sam pumping it in the background. There'll be a hype cycle that comes with it as new projects are built on it. We'll go through this whole thing, whether it's going to be the ETH killer or the Dot killer or rah. And then, we'll have to see how it actually plays out. But those hype cycles are what pushes these things to the levels that they get to,
Two things here. Two things I want to add into this. I do believe that it is good to see competition against Ethereum with Sol, with BNB, because Ethereum has been lagging. Ethereum needs to get their stuff together. They need to merge over to the POS because the network is a hot mess. So I think this is absolutely bullish and positive that we're seeing these other networks bring this competition and bring the heat. And it's like, you need to get your stuff together, because if you don't, we're going to take over. They may not be as decentralized as Ethereum, but that can also be argued by Bitcoin maximalists, which we're not going to talk about that. But I think it's good competition. And Ryan, what is your favorite handbag?
My favorite handbag, but my wife just makes me buy her Chanel bag, so I don't really have a choice.
No, what's your favorite? When I say handbag, I'm just joshing with you. What's your favorite? What's your top? What's going to be your top? You asked the question you asked us.
He's going to say ADA.
Wow. Look, I think ADA is much more of a competitor to Ethereum, and I think Ethereum has massive problems. And I think if ADA can launch smart contracts when they say they're going to launch smart contracts, then I think that ADA is going to get a lot of traction and a lot of the projects off Ethereum. That said, you do have Polkadot, which is, in my opinion, one of the best pieces of technology in the world in terms of the parachains and the relay chain and everything else. So for me, I don't know. It's a decision as to whether projects are going to migrate off Ethereum. And if they're going to migrate off Ethereum, they're going to go to Cardano. They're not going to go to Polkadot. Polkadot is a different class of blockchain. It's parachains, retail, relay chains, specialized chains. Cardano is a smart contract blockchain which competes directly one-on-one with Ethereum, and technologically is actually better than Ethereum.
I want to say something controversial.
Go for it.
When did Cardano, when was it created?
When did it start being created?
Yeah.
2018, 2017.
And
Yeah,
the- are-
2017 was the
And
ICO.
are the smart contracts out yet?
August.
No, so that's the thing with ADA. They don't ever hit any of these roadmaps, and
That's
gets
my
pushed
issue.
back and push back and push back, and that's the
Rand,
thing.
you got to bring these ladies back next week.
Casey.
I would say I'm kind of sick of Cardano. They've been talking a talk and not walking at all for years now. But then also, software development is not for the faint of heart. And if you've been developing on Ethereum right now, switching over would be a nightmare. Why would you almost start over and go through all of that hell? I wouldn't. But if you're a new software, I would.
They have the ERC20 converter though, so basically you'll
Yeah,
just
you
put in
bridge
one
it.
and
But
spit
that's
out the other. But
the
when?
the smart contracts aren't here yet, and that technology hasn't been proven yet. And I can tell you, man, there's going to be some glitchy, weird crap that comes along with that. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. So
I think regardless of that, though, like you've seen ADA go on a really nice run leading up to all of this, and that's kind of the point with that. It's the same with Solana, it's the same with DOT, right?
Yeah.
Well, Cardano has
future promise.
absolutely amazing. They have amazing marketing. Their TikTok channel is run outstanding. TikTok loves it. They're buying it, even though it doesn't necessarily have a working product out yet. And I know that is a little bit controversial. I do hold a bag of Cardano, full disclosure. So I'm just bringing up some topics is all too.
They pretty much have the biggest crypto community worldwide as a protocol, whatever you want to call it.
There are 7 of us. There are 8 minutes left before we have to end the stream because otherwise YouTube doesn't share this content as much as we like. So you have $10,000. You have to invest the $10,000 this week. Where are you going to put the $10,000? You can, I mean, up until now, it's been great chit chat. Now let's put our money where our mouth is. You got $10,000. You have to invest it this week. What are you putting your money into?
Are we allowed to invest in more than one, or are we all in one?
Yes. You can break it up.
Okay. I'm going Band. I'm going Solana. I'm going Polkadot, and I'll go Theta.
And are you going equal proportions?
Yeah, I'll go $2,500 each.
Just for the, and how long are you going to hold those tokens? Just for a week?
I'll probably hold to the end of the month. I can see a good run for those. Probably 2-week run.
Okay, Wendy.
I would probably do 5K in Yay from Crypto Nove, and then I would probably do Polkadot, Atom, and which is the other? Oh, and then probably some more BNB.
Oh, at $500, she's buying BNB. She's a degen.
On the dip, I'm planning minimum to 720 is my target. I know it's very conservative, but that's how I run my shows. Is I give conservative targets. But I would use that 10 grand in a more safe manner, I think.
Okay. Winston, what are you doing?
I'm getting onto some of the ADA launchpad hype. So I'm buying stuff like Occam, OCC, launched the other day. They're going to announce some launchpad projects soon. So there'll be a push behind that. Cards, as we've been discussing on the chat, they've got a ADA Oracle coming up. So people will be FOMOing into the token to secure that. Yeah, even some of the other ones like the supers and the paids. I think that they're starting to release a few more projects. I think the first super one comes up in a couple of weeks or a week's time, and they're snapshotting some things there. So I think buying those sorts of ones are like real quick, easy trades as long as the market holds up. Because if you don't want to get into the IDO, you can just trade the FOMO lead up. If you do, you can hold the token afterwards, get into the IDO, make some money, sell it afterwards, and you're doing all right.
All right, Coach.
I'm looking at Doze, Shadows. It's pretty much at support. YLD, same thing, and Duck. So all 3 of those are literally the exact same chart. So if you look at them, they're all sitting on like a level of support that's really strong right now. And you could look for those to bounce off those levels and go for a nice, 40 to 50%. If we're looking for just the next week, that would be what I'd be looking for.
Biz.
So I'm looking at Robonomics, $60 million market cap. Their circulating supply is going to be under $1 million after they do a burn. They just announced they're going to be between the 3rd and the 6th parachain slot. So they're like the official IoT platform on Polkadot. And I'm looking at Zero Exchange. Zero's launching an IDO platform itself, but Zero's going to have major projects launching on it. And they both have good tokenomics, guys. You don't have to worry about these new projects that are unlocking every week or month, and getting you wrecked. These are long-term holds. These are going to make you money.
It's just insane right now.
Casey, what are you buying?
So I don't like short-term stuff either. I like more long-term. So I'd probably do 60% Matic or Polygon now, 40% Loop Ring, because I think layer 2 solutions are going to be what gets Ethereum through this 2.0 upgrade the next couple of years, and projects will be building on them. And I think they're super undervalued, and people don't really understand layer 2 solution technology. And so that's what I do.
Okay, I think I agree with you.
I agree with that. Yeah.
What would I be buying? So I'm going to go with a mixed bag. So I'm looking at Rune at Thorchain. We released a report on it yesterday, and I'm buying it for the long term because I clicked yesterday on the tokenomics, and I clicked that you can actually swap Bitcoin for Ethereum, Ethereum for Bitcoin, and other cross chains without wrapping them. So for me, that's a no-brainer. I think I may actually dip my toes into Solana. I think you guys have convinced me that I've neglected Solana.
Get Sif Chain. If you like Thorchain, get Sif Chain.
Sif Chain is gone down a lot. It's gone down a lot.
Yeah. It's a great opportunity to buy it right here too.
Yeah, I think also with Winston on the Cardano launchpads. So I think launchpads are huge. I think Cardano launchpads are a play. I think Ocam, CardStarter, those for me are the two players that I'd probably make for the next week or so. Especially CardStarter, because they are actually launching their first project, which is Charlie, which is an Oracle play in the Cardano space.
They have another one coming out too. They have two of them.
Okay, so that's the thing for me. For me, I kept saying, if you missed Ethereum and if you believe that people are going to migrate off Ethereum, if that's your belief, then launchpads on Cardano may be a good play, especially because we can see the hype that's happening in launchpads. Guys, we have to end it here. I know that everyone's feeling it, and I know that even George is saying
it's just insane right now.
So we have to end it here, guys. I must thank you guys. It's been our biggest show, so thank you guys. Thank you, ladies. I'd love to see you guys again next week. I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep the banter smaller, though. So we're going to rotate the cycle because it's too hard to get some words in. So we'll rotate the cycle. Get you guys again back next week. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for crypto, for our community. Yeah. Crypto wouldn't be the same without all of you. And I'm really glad that I got you guys all on.
Or without you, Rand. Or without you.
Thank you. Appreciate
or without you. You're right.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. Love you.
I know you guys are feeling it.
And George. Thank you, George.
Thanks, George. We love him. Get him on the show, Rand.
Guys, thank you so much. Love you guys. See you guys next week. See some of you next week.
Bless up.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Wow. What an amazing show. Thank you. Casey, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you on a date. I'm going to ask you to do a show with me next week. What do you say?
Sure. What day?
Done. All right, Fred, you heard that. Casey said she'd go on a date with me next week. Cool, guys. Guys, much love for you guys. It's been an amazing show. It's been our biggest show. Thank you. If you're still here, give us one more like, one more subscribe. I'll see you again on Monday, or if Sheldon has some calls, we'll do those calls on the weekend. Love you guys madly. See you guys next week.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.